Hi guys, and today we're talking about the diet of giant African land snails. Probably think it's a bit weird that I'm showing you bloodworm. Most people probably think that, just give them some lettuce and stuff, but they actually need 15% of their diet needs to be protein. And bloodworm can be fed to them once a week. It is if it's frozen, then you've got to thaw it out first before you obviously feed it to them. And if it's dried, you soak it in water until it's moist and mushy before you feed them. It contains around 20% protein and is low in fat, so once a week they can be fed that. And then they can also be fed, if you want to feed them twice a week, then they can have beans that have been fully soaked and mashed up. Even dog biscuits but you have to make sure they have no added salt, and they have to be fully soaked before they become mushy. A lot of people feed them like bonio biscuits, dried crickets and mealworms they can have as well, and they can have peas that are frozen or fresh, but you have to thaw them out first. Their bloodworm, I like to feed them in bowls made from just like bell peppers, which they can have, because obviously it's all healthy for them. They can have eggs once a month, a hard-boiled egg once a month. You chop it up before you serve it to them. It's a bit easier because it's so full of nutrients and protein. They can only have it once a month. They can also have pinky mice or chicks, like what you'd feed a reptile. They'll eat the skin, bones, hair and feathers of them. Like a basic protein feeding routine would be, say, week 1, 2 bonio biscuits a few days apart. Week 2, some bloodworms once in that week. Week 3, a seed mix twice, a few days apart. And then week 4, a boiled egg in the middle of the week, something like that. That's sort of rough sort of routine to go by there for their protein. They also need to have a constant source of calcium, so we give them a cuttle bone, and the minute they run out of calcium, it needs to be replaced because otherwise their shells won't develop properly. They need a lot of calcium for that, so you need to make sure they have a lot of that. They can't have their diet can't be more than 10% fruit, because if they have too much sugar, they can have a lot of deformities. So, like, you can give them one really small portion a week. They can have most fruits, like I know by most probable ones you have in your fridge: apples, melon, cantaloupe melon, watermelon, strawberries, grapes, kiwis, pears, plums, raisins. They can have most fruits and like banana and stuff, but I'd take it out once if it starts to go brown and stuff. If it's fruit that goes off really quickly, just you don't want to get them to get ill or anything. They can have a lot of vegetables, obviously. I mean, there's some they can eat. Asparagus, cucumber, endive, and all types of lettuce are very low in nutrients for them, though. But they can eat them. They can have most veg. They can have, like, if you eat aubergines, I think it's called eggplant in the US. Basil, beetroot, they can have the roots and leaves of them. Bell peppers and their seeds they can have. They have broccoli and cabbage. And they can have carrots and peelings, but they can't have the tops of carrots. They can't have the tops of aubergine either, sorry. They can have cauliflower and the leaves of that, mint, marrow, courgette, potatoes and potato peelings, pumpkin, squash, like sweet corn and baby corn, sweet potato, all sorts, turnips. They can have loads of them and that, and then things you might even grow in the garden, find in the garden: dandelion, hay, alfalfa, cress. They can have clover, chickweed, burdock. The leaves are from a mallow plant, marigolds, and this just the flowers only. They can have nasturtium leaves and flowers, dried nettles, pansies, rose, only the flowers of roses and everything. Spider plants they like as well. I know that because I've eaten all my spider plants that were in my tank that they went in. But obviously you have to make sure they're really like well washed and everything, and haven't been used with any no chemical. Make sure they've had no chemicals on any, when you've put water to your plants and stuff, you don't use any chemicals. No chemicals on them, because your snails will get ill and poorly, possibly die if they have obviously loads of chemicals on any of the food that you feed them. So just bear that in mind. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed seeing the snails. There will be more coming up on them. We do plan on filming them having their baths, which will make a cool video. So thanks, bye.